Gold, salt, grain, power. For thousands of years, civilizations have lived, thrived, and collapsed, all because of wealth laws that most people today have never heard of. Forget modern MBAs. These ancient secrets built empires, fed armies, and determined who ruled and who starved. Today, we're uncovering the untold wealth laws of ancient civilizations and how you can apply them to your own life. In ancient Babylon, money wasn't just coins, it was survival. Hammurabi's code forced lenders to share risk. If crops failed, debts were reduced. The law wasn't mercy, it was genius. It kept farmers alive, trade alive, and wealth circulating. Today, banks don't share risk. You do. But imagine if modern credit cards worked like Babylonian fields. The lesson: true wealth is created when systems help people survive, not when they're crushed. Rome wasn't just about armies. It was about psychology. Emperors knew, control bread, control people. The bread and circuses policy kept masses fed and entertained while Rome grew rich. Wealth wasn't only in gold, it was in controlling food, labor, and attention. Sound familiar? Today's bread? Social media. Today's circus? Streaming platforms. The wealth law here: control what people consume daily, and you control their loyalty and their wallets. Long before Wall Street, China invented paper money. The Tang and Song dynasties realized carrying coins was slow, but carrying paper notes multiplied trade. But here's the secret: they also controlled printing. The government literally printed value. The wealth law: control the medium of exchange, and you control wealth creation itself. Today, central banks still live by this law. Cryptocurrency? It's just history repeating. Ancient Athens wasn't the richest by accident. Their real wealth law: control the seas. Silver mines funded their navy. The navy secured trade routes. Trade routes built empires. Wealth isn't just about possession, it's about protection. The lesson: defend your assets or you'll lose them to someone who does. In West Africa, kingdoms like Mali and Ghana sat on gold, yet they taxed salt. Why? Salt preserved food, kept armies alive, and controlled survival. Gold made kings rich. Salt made kings powerful. The lesson? Wealth is not what shines. It's what no one can live without. Today it's oil. Tomorrow may be data. Look past what glitters. Follow what sustains life. The Aztecs didn't just conquer. They collected tribute. Crops, gold, labor, all flowing into their capital. The wealth law: leveraged networks and recurring flows, not just one-time wins. The modern version? Subscriptions. From Netflix to SAS, the tribute system is alive and thriving. The empire that masters recurring wealth rules longest. From Babylon to Rome, China to Mali, the wealth laws are clear. Wealth is built not just on money, but on survival, control, protection, and recurring flows. Ancient civilizations knew what most MBAs don't. Wealth is not about chasing shiny things. It's about building systems no one can live without. Whether it's salt, paper, or data, the rules don't change. Only the players do. You've just uncovered wealth laws richer than any textbook. The question is, will you just watch them, or will you apply them? Subscribe to Wealth Laws from History and Legends and discover the hidden money truths history tried to erase. Because the real wealth laws, they're not taught, they're uncovered.
Forget your MBA. 2,000 years ago, a law about money was written, and it still beats every business school today. Back in ancient Babylon, trade was booming. Farmers, merchants, and lenders kept the economy alive. But there was one problem. Debt could destroy everything, If crops failed, families starved, and entire markets collapsed. So the king wrote it into the Code of Hammurabi, one of the oldest law systems in human history. The rule was simple. If crops failed because of natural disaster, the farmer's debt would be reduced or even forgiven. Lenders couldn't ruin lives over something beyond control. This wasn't mercy, it was smart economics. By protecting farmers, the law kept trade alive. When borrowers survived, lenders kept their future customers. The economy wasn't destroyed by greed, it was sustained by balance. Fast forward 2,000 years, and we still see the same truth. True wealth doesn't come from crushing people with debt. It comes from creating systems where everyone can survive and keep trading. The Babylonians knew something we've forgotten. Money dies when people do. Wealth survives when everyone wins. Follow and subscribe for more hidden wealth laws that history tried to erase.
Empires fall, nations collapse, but some families stay rich for centuries. Why? Because they don't just make money, they pass down money laws that outlive kings, wars, and revolutions. Today we uncover the hidden wealth secrets of the richest families in history, secrets that could rewrite how you think about money forever. The Medici family didn't just create a bank. They created a financial system. Their secret? Diversification plus influence. They funded art, politics, and the Pope. While rivals hoarded gold, the Medicis built a network. Credit, alliances, reputation. Their wealth survived for centuries because they didn't store it. They multiplied it through power. Lesson: money is fragile. Networks are eternal. In the 1800s, the Rothschilds became the richest family in the world. How? They mastered information speed. Their couriers delivered news faster than governments. After the Battle of Waterloo, Nathan Rothschild knew the outcome before anyone else and used that edge to dominate markets. Their second secret? Divide and conquer wealth. Each brother ran a different European city, Paris, London, Vienna, Frankfurt, creating a financial web no single war could destroy. Lesson: generational wealth is built on information plus distribution. John D. Rockefeller turned oil into an empire, but the real generational wealth law wasn't oil. It was trusts and structures. When the U.S. government broke Standard Oil into pieces, Rockefeller didn't lose. His wealth tripled because he owned shares in all the new companies. Later, the Rockefellers locked wealth into family trusts, untouchable by taxes, lawsuits, or time. Lesson: control the structure, not just the business. The Saudi royal family controls trillions through oil, but their generational wealth law is about resource control. They understood that real power isn't gold. It's what people can't live without. Salt in Mali, grain in Rome, oil in Arabia. Their dynasty thrives because they control the choke point of energy. Wealth law number 4, generational wealth is built on controlling essentials. Unlike kings and bankers, the Waltons built wealth from shelves. Walmart made them the richest family alive. Their law? Scalable simplicity, low margins, high volume, and a system anyone can run. Instead of one king holding power, they spread wealth across family shares, ensuring no single point of failure. Lesson: systemize wealth so it outlives you. Different centuries, different industries, same patterns. Dynasties don't chase quick money. They build moats, Networks, speed, control, structure, systems, the real wealth law. Generational wealth isn't about riches. It's about rules. Families that wrote the rules rewrote history. So how do you apply this today? Stop chasing hype. Build systems, build networks, control your information speed. Think not in years, but in generations. If the Medici thought like traders, we wouldn't even know their name. Think like a dynasty, not a gambler. Families like the Medici, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the House of Saud, and the Waltons all had one thing in common. They followed hidden wealth laws that turned money into dynasties. Question for you. If you could pass down one money law to your family for the next 100 years, what would it be? Best answers will be featured in my next video on wealth laws from history and legends. These are the generational wealth secrets of the richest families in history. They built legacies that outlived kings, nations, and wars. If you want wealth that survives centuries, not just salaries, learn their laws. Subscribe to Wealth Laws from History and Legends, and discover the hidden money truths schools will never teach you.
Gold shines, diamonds sparkle, but for centuries kings and emperors built their empires on something far less glamorous: salt. Why would the most powerful rulers tax salt instead of gold? The answer reveals one of the greatest wealth secrets in history. In medieval times, salt wasn't just seasoning, it was survival. Before refrigeration, salt preserved meat and fish. Armies couldn't march, navies couldn't sail, and cities couldn't feed themselves without it. Gold may have been beautiful, but salt kept nations alive. Kings understood this simple truth: control the essentials, and you control the people. Taxing salt was far more profitable than taxing gold. Because while not everyone had gold, every soldier, every farmer, every family needed salt to survive. In France, the infamous gabelle, a heavy salt tax, fueled resentment that later exploded into the French Revolution. In China, dynasties built vast fortunes by monopolizing the salt trade, making it one of the most lucrative industries of the empire. And in India, centuries later, the British imposed a salt tax so harsh that Gandhi led his legendary Salt March to resist it. Gold represented wealth, salt represented life. A man could live without gold in his pocket, but not without food preserved by salt. Kings knew this, and that's why salt was not just taxed, it was guarded, controlled, and weaponized. The lesson is simple: the real wealth of an empire isn't what shines, it's what sustains. The wise rulers of history understood that wealth isn't measured in luxury, it's measured in necessity. Whoever controls what people must have controls everything.
And here's the part schools never told you. Salt was the oil of the ancient world. Today, we see the same story repeat with energy, water, even the internet. The true wealth of tomorrow will not be luxury. It will be what humanity cannot live without. That's why kings taxed salt, not gold. Because survival will always be more valuable than shine lesson. The real wealth is not what glitters, it's what sustains life. Follow for more hidden money truths that history tried to erase.